Welcome, Texans for Vaccine Choice. I am your Executive Director, Jackie Schlegel.
And I'm Rebecca Hardy, your Director of State Policy, and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Chat About Choice.
Weekly Chat About Choice, and today we are taking on the $1 million question.
Are we anti-vaccine?
Are you anti-vaccine?
I'm not anti-vaccine, are you?
I'm not anti-vaccine, but the opposition loves to pull this up, right?
It's like their thing.
Their thing is if all else fails, you're an anti-vaxxer, right? Like if we've heard it once, we've heard it a million times.
It is such a tired, stupid,
it's so stupid. I
line.
cannot believe we are still having this discussion.
I mean, enough.
So why are we having this discussion?
Well, I mean, it's effective. Sadly, it's still effective.
It's actually, I would argue that it is losing its effectiveness.
I would agree with that.
Which is what kind of makes us laugh at it, right? Because I know there's a lot of you out there that get angry at this term, anti-vaxxer, but we kind of laugh about it because it's so outrageous.
Yep.
And 15 years ago, it was working.
Yep.
But over the years, I can tell you the conversation is absolutely changing and people are not buying anymore.
That's right.
Which makes this situation we find ourselves in today even more funny.
It is
humorous.
funny.
Is it kind of funny? And we're going to get to that in a minute, but I'll kind of tell you the gist of it. The gist of it is we have a state representative who's kind of melting down on us again, and who has launched this whole website about the anti-vaxxers.
Her meltdowns are really kind of fun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And as I have tweeted before, I'm an expert in managing adult-sized meltdowns because I have a special needs child. So truly, if you need my assistance, I would be more than happy to come.
That is a very gracious offer.
I would love to come help you, Representative
Sarah Davis.
Yeah,
if you need help managing your meltdown,
I can do that.
This
I'm
is your
girl.
woman.
So all jokes aside, this is a serious issue we are going to tackle today. So out of the gate, let's talk about it. We're not anti-vaccine.
Nope.
Did we have any legislation to take away anybody's right to vaccinate?
No, we do. We would never file legislation that would take away a person's right to vaccinate. Or how about this? To eliminate access to vaccines.
I didn't see any bills like that.
Are we here to dismantle the United States vaccination program?
Absolutely not.
No, it's so ridiculous.
It really is ridiculous. We at Texans for Vaccine Choice are here to protect and advance informed consent, medical privacy, and vaccine choice.
That's right.
That is our mission, plain and simple. Now, let's talk a little bit about, does that mean we don't question?
No, we can question the science. Yes.
Are you sure? I don't know about that. Questioning science is all
According to Sarah Davis, we are
How dare you?
We are not allowed to ever talk about the science.
Not allowed. Only medical professionals.
Yeah, that's right, because we don't have a special initials after our name.
Okay, clearly you can feel our intense sarcasm as we talk about this, but this is the message that the opposition wants you to believe, is that if you're not a medical professional, if you're not a doctor, if you don't have a degree, then really you're just stupid and you can't make decisions for yourself. And sadly, the way that they have marketed this strategy, the way that they have effectively put fear into communities, into anybody who dares questions, is this term anti-vaccine. Look, at the end of the day, are we going to question studies? Are we going to post things on Facebook asking questions that we believe should be asked? Absolutely.
Yes.
But that does not mean that we are there to take away anybody's access to vaccines or, again, to dismantle the vaccine program. So it's quite humorous that they keep on coming back to this. But let's go ahead, and why don't we start to tackle some of this just head on?
You know, it's really humorous.
We're not going to give you the website.
But Sarah Davis did put up this little spoof website I don't know who it was last night.
I don't know when it was, but we just came across it.
It's really funny.
And it talks about the person who's challenging Sarah Davis has cozying up to the anti-vaccine crowd. Who's the anti-vaccine crowd?
I don't know.
Who are they cozying up to?
Yeah, I don't know.
We like to meet them. You know, we're friends with everybody. So if you know who this anti-vaccine crowd is,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. The more the merrier, right? Okay, so this is, we're laughing because we're reading this. The radical group, Texans for Vaccine Choice. Like, let me tell you what I'm radical about. You want to know what I'm radical about?
Yes.
I'm radical about protecting my children.
That's right.
This woman who doesn't even have children of her own, you want to talk about radical?
You know,
I think that's pretty radical.
a woman who goes to Austin and files bills that would
infringe on the rights of mothers.
Of mothers, that's radical.
And she doesn't have children.
I know.
Who is the radical one now? And
Good
she
question.
believes that she and her people in Austin are better equipped to make decisions for our children than we are.
It's really outrageous.
But
that's extreme.
We're the radical people.
Oh, my word.
I've never seen such a thing.
I have never seen such a thing.
It is completely outrageous. Okay, so second thing, they fought a sensible effort that would allow parents to learn how many unimmunized children attend their children's schools.
Okay, that bill, House Bill 2249, was anything but sensible. We have a whole weekly chat about choice on this bill and how really extreme and a gross violation of medical privacy it was.
But again, here we are, and we said our counter. There were just so many problems with this bill.
There were so many.
But we actually went to the bill author and said, you know what, we understand, we think what you're going for. So a better idea than reporting the number of people with exemptions in school, have you considered rewriting the legislation if you truly want to protect children? Have you considered rewriting this to report on the number of active infection on a campus? How many kids have flu? How many kids have chickenpox? That would actually be useful.
That would be useful information for if I were, well, I am a parent of an immunocompromised child.
As I am as well. That would be useful information.
The number of kids that may or may not have gotten a specific vaccine
does not help us.
Not useful.
Not useful information, especially when you have a vaccine that's maybe 10% effective. But we're the crazy ones, right?
Yeah.
We're the radicals. We actually went into this office and said, you know, this would be a better way to go about this. And they did not want to hear it.
Which only goes to show that this had nothing to do
with protecting children.
With what they said it had to do with.
Not only protecting children, did either of these bill authors have young children in schools?
No.
No. But we did.
Exactly.
But did they want to listen to us? Nope.
Nope.
And rather, they're going to put up a website that calls us radicals. Let me tell you what we are. We are radical, again, about protecting our children and protecting your rights and your liberties. And they want to turn this into something it's not. We're here to fight back, and we're going to start calling these people out.
For what? I mean, we're going to call it what it is.
All right, moving on. Oh, here we go.
This is a great one.
Okay, this is great. Go ahead. You need to read some of these.
I can't even say. This website goes on to basically call us Andrew Wakefield worshipers.
But what? Read that.
Their cult hero is Andrew Wakefield.
Their cult hero? Like, I don't even know if I have words. Like, oftentimes, like, I'm a person of many words. They just lose me at this point. Like,
I can't. Cult hero. I've never heard of such a thing.
Okay, again, listen, let's just get something straight. With or without Andrew Wakefield, this battle happened long before Andrew Wakefield came onto the scene. Okay,
I had never heard of.
Andrew
Wakefield when
Wakefield.
I had children.
Not a clue who he was when I was making these decisions for my children. But with or without him, with or without any movie star, the debate rages on. And we're here today to have an open, honest discussion. And we, in the past, and we continue to say this and put this out there, Representative Sarah Davis, Representative J.D. Sheffield, if you want to come to the table and have a discussion about this, then let's do it. Texas Medical Association, let's sit down and have a discussion.
The door is always
open.
If we are not closing this conversation off, you
are. Okay? And you're the ones out here putting this information out that is simply not true, and you're lying about it, and you know that you are.
You know it.
You know
It's shameful.
And we are here to be a voice for the parents, for those who are worried about the state of medical care and medical tyranny in this great state. We're not representing a big union or an industry or a coalition of doctors that has some sort of, financial connection or tie. I mean, we are here representing parents and those who really value medical choice and freedom in the state of Texas.
Somebody got Jackie riled up.
Yeah, you did get riled up. Okay, so this is a really fun one.
Oh, this is funny. They call...
How many times can we do like a donation every time they call us radical anti-vaccine?
Radical,
like you donate.
Or extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. We could be rich at the end of this.
Yes. Okay, she says that, she then goes on to call Jonathan Stickland radical.
Radical.
Yes.
He's so radical because he wants to make decisions for his children. How dare him? Gasp. I mean, like, and I bet he actually wants to feed them whatever they deem necessary too.
That's
right. Or educate them.
It's fascinating. The things that Jonathan Stickland must want to do for his children without the government interfering.
I hope he doesn't think that he can take them to church on Sunday either. Did he get permission for that?
I don't know. You got to have a license.
That's pretty radical if he thinks that he can take them to church and,
That's right.
I don't know. Is that state approved? I'm just asking the questions, y'all. Once again, you make up your mind where you stand on this issue. We're asking the questions. But when I sit here and read this, it's pretty outrageous.
It's so outrageous.
I mean, if you can't see that this is radical, if you can't see that this is extreme, that we're even having this conversation.
I mean, it's kind of, it does speak to Sarah Davis's desperation.
Yeah,
and so in a way, I'm kind of pleased to see this because her meltdowns are, they're fascinating.
They're fascinating. But it does bring us back to this point of why we're out here in the campaign field working so hard to make sure we elect people who share in our fundamental beliefs.
That's right.
Right? So this is a good example of what's going down in House District 134. Can you give us, can we end on the note of a campaign update? Because we talked a lot about Representative Davis. We talked about if we're anti-vaccine, clearing up those misconceptions. But they are actually making this a really big talking point. They're trying to. And this is what's fascinating to me, is there's hundreds of issues in this district that people are really concerned about. Property taxes and, just so many other things. And yet, this is the one thing they are holding on to because overall, the pharmaceutical industry has had a good track record of this working.
Yep.
It's crumbling now.
I feel like it is.
It's crumbling. Our message is starting to get out there, but you see the perfect example of how they are clinging on to this. So give me an update in House District 134 who's clinging on to this as their last resort to not lose here. What's going on?
It's really, it's fascinating. It really is. Of all the issues, if you watch Sarah Davis's Twitter feed and her Facebook page, it's as if this is her only campaign plank. It's really, it's the same as when we were block walking in Dallas.
I kind of love she thinks about it so often.
I know. We're like living rent-free in her head. It's pretty awesome. But we have Ashley, who has been really rocking it down in House District 134.
Houston is just killing it.
Houston is killing it. We would kill for that kind of volunteer turnout up here in Dallas. I'm not done with y'all yet, but Houston has been showing up strong for Susanna Docu-Pill. This is somebody, she vaccinates her children, and it's great. Like, we completely support this.
The anti-vaxxer who vaccinates her children! So makes perfect sense.
So stupid. Anyway, but what's great about Susanna is that she understands the fundamental beliefs that we stand for. Informed consent, medical privacy, and vaccine choice. Just removing the government from this equation. This is not extreme. This is not radical. So it's been really great seeing the block walks happening, big ones on the weekends. We have smaller teams going out throughout the day, out the week, on the weekdays as well. If you want to get involved in that race, you need to get in touch with Ashley. Ashley at TexansForVaccineChoice.com is a great way to reach her. And it's going to be an exciting night.
It's going to be exciting. Things are going to get worse before they get better.
Yep.
We're anticipating that. I'm anticipating many more adult-sized meltdowns to happen. Again, my offer still stands. If you need help in managing those, I really have an extensive history dealing with adult-sized temper tantrums.
Very gracious offer.
So it's just what I do. So on that note, hopefully we answered some questions for you, but keep with us the next few weeks. We have more great hot topics that we will be bringing to you.